Idris and I have been attending the First Unitarian Church and supporting the church for about 2 decades now. We found it to be our spiritual home, full of music, fellowship, joy, and learning. We've made dozens of lasting friendships here that we never would have made had we not joined the church. My mother tells a story when I was a little boy. I was going to the Delaware preschool on Falk Road, and she came to pick me up. And the teacher said, "Oh, Mrs. Harrell, we had something happen today. It was really, thank goodness your son was in school today." And my mother said, "Goodness, what on earth happened?" And the teacher went on to say that there was a child named Leroy, and he was African American, and all the other kids were picking on him. And she didn't know what to do. And she said that I went up to Leroy and put my arm around him and said, "If anybody wants to pick on Leroy, you got to pick on me first." And with that, all the kids settled down, and she was able to teach them. So I tell that story for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm pleased at what I did, at my actions that day, and that was so long ago. And number two, I consider that a microcosm of what we're seeing today in our society. There's far too much prejudice directed towards various races, genders, sexual orientations, and a person's right to choose whom they love. It's mind-boggling in this day and age how much animosity and hate still exists. We're going backwards, not forward. Not to mention, we're losing some of our freedoms and choices. Because of this, we need a church more than ever as a place where we can gather and share similar values and fight this injustice. If not for us, then for our kids or our grandkids. If not for them, then for our friends and neighbors. It's important that we all stick together. The reality is, the First Unitarian Church requires funds for staffing, utilities, buildings and grounds, maintenance, supplies, insurance, food, coffee, yes, coffee, and more. And your annual pledge supports all of this. Not to mention the dozens of activities to participate in year-round, including church dinners, movies, kids programs, hikes, yoga, meditation, art shows, book discussions, spiritual learning, vespers, full moon celebrations, who knew? Line dancing, along with Sunday morning with Reverend Larry and his thought-provoking sermons, and our beautiful choir. Wow, that's a lot. The church's existence depends on all of us. With your help, we will flourish and carry on the mission. So please pledge generously so that we can continue to prosper when we need it most, which is now. Thank you.